I want to return to Ayn Rand for a minute. I figured out one of the core problems with her doctrine. It might be the core problem. So she assumes that self-interest is the appropriate governing principle. She never really defines what constitutes self-interest, because you can have narrowly hedonic self-interest, and Rand actually wanders into that territory because her protagonists, Rourke and Dagny Taggart and so forth, do have and express quite continually their right to do whatever the hell they want, whenever the hell they want to.
In a podcast just yesterday, Jordan Peterson articulated his collectivist conservative philosophy. Today, Ankar Gate and I are going to defend Rand against Peterson's really very crude takedown of Rand's philosophy.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Now, the Ayn Rand Institute does go on to accurately correct Peterson's statements. However, they do it under the context that Jordan Peterson's aim is to attack rationality and Ayn Rand in the name of going back to traditional religious values. At first, seeing that he put Ayn Rand in his video title and hearing his comments, that is what I thought as well, that it is indeed an attack on Ayn Rand. But what if that is not the context? What if Jordan Peterson is genuinely thinking through some of Ayn Rand's ideas, just doing it in a public fashion? If that is the case, then this is a perfect opportunity for an objectivist to try to get on his show and talk to him. The good news is, though, that despite all these statements, Peterson and Rand actually agree on hedonism. Just listen here.
Narrow self-interest, that's not the highest self. That's not the true self.
It is an enormous achievement to discover rational selfishness.
It's just the immature and impulsive self.
Not acting on the whim or pleasure of the moment.
As you mature and you learn to, quote, delay gratification.
The idea of being rationally selfish is not available to children.
You learn to subordinate the demands of immediate motivational and emotional states to long-term social harmony and your own long-term well-being.
But knowing what is rationally an important goal, of what value is it to you, and how to achieve it.
And that requires a sacrifice of that immediate gratification.
So they both think that hedonism is not appropriate, and long-term planning is the proper guiding principle for human action. Now he does mention sacrifice. As objectivists, we define sacrifice as giving up a value for a lower value or no value. But that is not what Jordan Peterson means by sacrifice. If we go back and listen to Sam Harris' podcast 67, we can check how Jordan Peterson defines sacrifice. He describes it as a bargain with reality where a person gives something up to attain what they consider the highest value. In other words, what objectivists would simply call a trade. Peterson and objectivism still clearly have some substantial differences philosophically, but I think we just demonstrated that some of the gaps can be bridged.